Today the disciples, they have a petition for Jesus. They ask something from him. Emmanuel, what do they ask the Lord? They ask him for a favor. They say, please. Yeah, they say, teach us how to pray. And you know why they ask him this? Because first they saw him pray. And think about this. Imagine that, I don't know, you're outside of your house in the street, and you see someone with a skate, and they do an amazing trick. Kids go like, wow, teach me how to do that. It was the same thing with the Lord. They were so impressed by the way that he prayed that they said, we want to pray like you. Because the disciples, they already knew something about prayer. Some things they knew about prayer because they had lived with the Lord for a while. But this time they saw him pray, and their natural reaction, spontaneous reaction was, I want to do what you're doing. Teach me how to pray. So, what can we learn about prayer, kids? What can we learn about prayer? The first thing, or the big lesson of today, is prayer can only improve in the ground or in the soil of humility. Only when we are humble enough to want to learn how to pray, we will learn how to pray. So you know what this means? When people are prideful and they say, I already know how to pray, they will never learn. Only a person can grow in his prayer life when that person recognizes that he doesn't know how to pray. And kids, do you know how to pray? A little bit, right? But can you improve? Is there a space for growth? Yes. Is there a space for growth in my life? Yes. So the first thing is, you gotta recognize that we can pray better. Because the people that are prideful and they say, oh, I'm perfect, I know how to pray, they'll never get better. Also think about this. When you learn how to cook, you have a recipe. So, for example, you like doing cookies, and you know the recipe for cookies. So you know the recipe, and you learn the recipe, and then you don't have to keep learning the recipe because you already learned it once. With prayer, it's not like that. Prayer is not a recipe that you learn once and then you know it for life. Prayer is a way. It's a path. Prayer is something that you can always grow in. Like, for example, let's go back to the skating example. Is there always space to be better at skateboarding? Are there new tricks, better way to do the tricks? Prayer is like that. It's not like the recipe that you learn once and then you're ready. It's like there's always space for prayer, for improvement in your prayer life. So let's finish with this. Who should be our model of prayer? If there's space for improvement, what is the upper limit? Where is the place that I can continually grow to? What is my final place to grow? To be able to pray like Jesus. He is the real master of prayer. He truly showed us how to pray. He prays in the good moments. He prays in the bad moments. He prays permanently. So today, let us say together in this Mass, Lord, teach us how to pray. Teach us to be better at prayer. Help us to recognize that we're not perfect. We need how to pray better. And the best way that we can pray is praying like you. So let's take this to heart and let's really recognize our need to be able to pray more wholeheartedly in the way that Jesus did.